Yes, we know what is crime like because we were once involved in crime. But we've learned from that. Now we are trying to show that crime is not a profession where one can hold on it and say, I'm going to live on this. Because the end of crime is two. It's either you go to prison or you die. Now going to prison is the drawback. It's like they said, a time that you have wasted, you can never recover that time again. So what we are saying, what we have before us, we need to take advantage of that and use it for the benefit and to progress our lives and the life of other people. My name is Patrick Mwanda. I was born in Cape Town, in the area called Kensington. Then I grew up in Gugulethu. Then in the late 1980s, I bought a house here in Crossroads, and I moved in 1990. So I've been living here in Crossroads for the past 31 years. I started school in Cape Town. I've spent all my life in Cape Town. My father is buried in Langa Cemetery, and my grandfather's, that is my father's father, is also buried in Kensington at Maitland Cemetery. So another word, as much as I'm a South African, but I'm a Cape Townian as well, because I've spent all my life here in Cape Town.
Okay. My name is Elliot. I was born in Eastern Cape, in a place called Lady Frere. Moved to Cape Town early 80s, while the Crossroads was still a sharks then. Then I stayed here until 87. Then I moved to Site C, also there was an open space. A year later, then I bought a house here in Crossroads. We are moved in 1989.
1976, 12 October 1976. I don't know if it's going to be possible if you can find that information. There was a newspaper called the Burger. On the 12th of October, I was in the front page of that newspaper while I was leading a march from the police station, Gugulethu police station, to NY 108. When we talk about democracy, we're talking about freedom of speech, freedom of access of any information that you need, and to bind yourself with any people that you think you fit in their society, or to marry anyone that you want, that you're in love with, irrespective of your color. But unfortunately, apartheid was preventing all those privileges or those rights from the people of South Africa. So there were places, even in the bus, they were divided. Even in public toilets, they were divided. You couldn't go to a certain toilet because you're black. You couldn't go to a certain toilet because you're white. You couldn't go and sleep in a hotel, because you're black. Or you couldn't go and sleep in a certain hotel because you're white. So apartheid, as I said, it was declared as a crime against humanity because it prevented people from being free as human beings. So I have that belief that for the time that we have today, we have to use this time to build the future for the up-and-coming generation, because they should not experience the same problem that we've experienced. They should be able to feel free. For instance, now, this is a good example. Here we are, 2 black guys and 2 white guys, although you guys are younger than us. But we feel free to talk to you, and you also have free access to talk to us. It doesn't mean because I'm older than you that I'm quite clear with everything. Today, the technology that is currently moving on today, it is more accessible to the young people like yourself. And meaning that there's a lot that we can learn from you as much as we ought. And there's also a lot that you can learn from us, because our past, we should use it for the advantage to clear the way for the bright future. I saw that the law that we had in South Africa was only favoring certain people. And that law was, when it was established, not everybody was given the opportunity to have an input on it. And as a result of that, we tried to resist that law. I'm not proud that I went to prison because it separated me from my kids, from my children. And I always encourage my children that prison is not a place that you can go. But at the same time, prison can also open your mind. As much as it gives you a bad background, but at the same time, you can learn a lot. You're having enough time to think what is right and what is wrong. And that can give you a way forward. Some of the judges, they have come up with a decision that as much we were named gangsters in prison, these people are not gangsters. They are law resistance. Because the law that is governing this country is based on one side. And they are opposing to that law. So rather than calling them gangsters, we will call them in Afrikaans, they said, they are wetslanners. Meaning that we are resisting the law. Yeah. So that alone, it gave me an indication that, yes, as much as we are here, there's a lot that we can learn and there's a lot that we can teach based on the experience that we have. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that for the 18 years that I've served in prison, I've learned that anything is possible. Today, we have our own company, although it's a non-profit company. It's called Crush Crime. Our house, we can't sleep at night. We patrol at night, protecting our communities. It's for us to take the responsibility and make sure that Crossroads is crime-free. Everyone has access to come to Crossroads. Everyone who wants to live in Crossroads can live without any fears. Because at the end of the day, we are the residents of this area, and it is us that can protect this area. Crush Crime was established because we picked up that the crime was growing. And as it was growing, it was actually preventing progress and development from taking place in our areas. We need this area to be developed. We need people to feel proud. We need people to say, I've got a business in Crossroads. There's ShopRite here. There's Spa here. Now that attracts other business people to come in because they see that these Spa and ShopRites that are here, they don't complain. They're making money, everything. They're making progress. They're developing every day. So what we thought is that as Crush Crime, let us assist, and anyone who would want to come and invest or develop in Crossroads, if he meets with us as Crush Crime, we will guarantee him his safety and make sure when he comes, he will do whatever he needs to do freely without any intimidation or fear. This area here in front of you, this is Lansdowne Road. It's supposed to be an industrial area where people can create jobs and be able to wake up in the morning and just cross the street and go to work. But because of this crime, the space was vacant for many years. People that were supposed to come and invest, they were holding back because of the situation that we are faced with. Friday, Saturday, this past long weekend, we never slept. We were patrolling the whole night. And the streets were clean. We even go to the taverns. We asked them to close in time. When the law enforcement, they came here, they saw us patrolling, they said, hey, thanks God. Because we were now doing what they were supposed to do, which they failed to do it. But we said, we are not going to take over your job, but we are going to assist. Because at the end of the day, it helps us also and the community at large, our involvement. Because when they see us, because you don't know the in and out and the corners of these areas. Because we went to some of the neglected shacks where we know that the thugs are gathering there to plan their way forward of which house to rob or which place to rob. And then we have a challenge again. When we go and raid perpetrators of any offense that they've committed in the area, crime, and we apprehend them and hand them over to the police. Within 2 days, we saw them walking outside again. Then when we asked the police, they said it's the court. When we go to the court, they say it's the police. You don't know where is the truth. So in other words, I took it, to me it sounds like it's the police and the court, they're actually promoting crime in our areas because they don't take a responsibility. But on the other hand, they keep on asking the community to assist the police to any offenses that are taking place. Now, when we take that stand, it's like now we're exposing the police from doing their job because they are not doing their job well. But that, to us, it's not like that. We are helping them to make sure that the area is crime-free. Yes, we understand there's no way in the world whereby one can claim we are crime-free. Even if crime maybe is not as high as it is in South Africa. But the thing is now, in Crossroads, we are trying our utmost best to make sure that people must feel free, must have free access to come to Crossroads. You must be able to walk. One day I would like to take you guys, we walk on the street here without any fear, you understand? To show other people that anything is possible in life. It doesn't mean because you've got a white skin, therefore you cannot walk here. This place was built in order for everyone to have access to go free. And that freeness can only be created by us, the people who are living here. I sleep in high school. The thugs, they went there, they robbed the school, they took 6 laptops. Within an hour, we find the laptops at Younger Terminus. They were already sold in Palm. So they brought it back. Mbasa Primary School. They were also robbed all the catering equipment. We find them all. We caught the guy driving a rubbish bin, and 3 microwaves were inside that rubbish bin. He went and do some point out with the gas stoves and the gas tank and the kettles and the other stuff and the fridge. We got everything back. So what I'm trying to say is that crash crime, it is actually helping a lot of people. It is actually making a lot of progress. Even the sector manager of this area, he also tell the people when they come, connect with crash crime, because crash crime, they help us and they are able to assist us. But now, because of our popularity, we are not only based in Crossroads, we have expanded even to other areas out of Crossroads. Nyanga, for instance, Delft, Danun, Joslovo, Easterfield, you name it, Langa, anywhere, Guguletu, even Kailicha for that matter. So we are an organization that is accessible, for even those who doesn't have financial background, But at the end, it does cost us because we have to take out of our own pocket. We are not making money. There's a lot of challenges that we are faced with, but I believe that everything is possible. Nothing is impossible in life. It depends now if we have the right resources to fight. And I would appreciate if maybe we can get a support.
The support that we get, we do get support now, but the support that we are getting is for the people, those who don't have the moral support and be there with us when we have meetings. We are keeping on doing it, but struggling. But we are not going to give up.
I'm 60 years old. I'm just over 60. By now, I was supposed to be folding my hands and look at my children growing, watch them growing, and see them doing a lot of great things. But still, I have to make means for my kids to have something on the table, because the opportunities are not there. And I'm asking myself that if really we want South Africa to be a country that we could be proud of, we need to take our differences and put them aside and focus to the reality of what is the best for the country as a whole.